She killed 7 men in cold blood and smiled as they executed her. What happens when a victim becomes a monster? In the winter of 1989, bodies began appearing along Florida's forgotten highways. 7 men, all shot, all robbed, all dead. But the killer wasn't who anyone expected. This is the story of Aileen Wuornos, the woman who became America's most infamous female serial killer. A story of abuse, survival, revenge, and a descent into darkness so chilling, it still haunts us today. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear will change the way you see monsters forever. Aileen Carol Wuornos was born on February 29, 1956, into a nightmare. Her father, a child molester who abandoned the family before she could even remember his face. Her mother, gone by the time Aileen turned 4. Raised by her grandfather, she endured years of sexual abuse. He would beat her, force her to strip naked, violate her again and again. She was just a child. By age 11, she was selling her body for cigarettes and loose change at school. At 13, she gave birth to a baby, a child born from rape, and was forced to give it up for adoption. By 15, she was homeless, cast out, forgotten. And on those cold, empty highways, something inside her broke. November 30th, 1989. A man named Richard Mallory picked up a hitchhiker. 2 weeks later, his body was found in the woods, shot 3 times. But this was just the beginning. Between 1989 and 1990, 6 more men disappeared along Florida's desolate roads. David Spears, Charles Carskadden, Troy Burris, Charles Humphreys, Peter Seams, Walter Antonio, all shot, all left to rot. Aileen claims self-defense. She said they tried to rape her. She said she had no choice. But investigators found something disturbing. Each victim had been shot multiple times, some up to 9 times. Their cars stolen, their belongings pawned. On January 9, 1991, Aileen was arrested at a biker bar called The Last Resort. At first, she denied everything, but police had a plan. They used the one person Aileen loved, her girlfriend, Taria Moore. Taria called her from a motel room, crying, begging Aileen to confess so she wouldn't go to prison. And Aileen broke. "I'm not gonna let you go down for something you didn't do, Ty. I love you." She confessed to all 7 murders, but then something darker emerged. In later interviews, Aileen admitted the truth. "I killed those men, robbed them cold as ice, and I'd do it again." No remorse, no regret, just rage. For over a decade, Aileen Wuornos sat on death row. But unlike most inmates, she wanted to die. She refused to appeal. She fired her lawyers. She told the judge, "There's no chance in keeping me alive. I have hate crawling through my system." On October 9, 2002, at 9:47 a.m., Aileen Wuornos was executed by lethal injection. She declined her last meal, and her final words, "I'm sailing with the rock, and I'll be back, like Independence Day with Jesus. Big mothership and all, I'll be back." The room went silent, and then she was gone. Aileen Wuornos was buried and forgotten by the system that failed her. Her ashes were scattered beneath a tree in Michigan, the place where her nightmare began. Some call her a monster, others a victim who fought back. But the truth? The line between victim and villain is thinner than you think. And somewhere on a lonely highway in Florida, her story still whispers in the wind. If this story sent chills down your spine, hit that subscribe button. We dive deep into the darkest corners of true crime every week. Drop a comment. Do you think she was a monster or a victim of her past? And if you dare, watch the next video, because we're not done yet.